Hello, and welcome to MightyCall. I'm Anthony, and today I'll show you how to set up a Supervisor's account on the Power Plan. Check the time codes below to find the part you need. But before we start, a quick reminder that we offer free one-on-one onboarding for customers on all plans. So if you need assistance at any point, please check the video description for the link. Let's start with your profile. To open it, click on your profile picture. Here, you can view and update your personal information and add forwarding numbers, the ones that will receive calls from your business numbers. Please make sure you filled out your emergency address if you skip this step during your initial onboarding. It ensures emergency response teams can locate you when you call for help in case of an emergency. Don't forget to update this address whenever you change your physical location. Without this address, you can't make calls or send messages. If you're not currently located in the United States or Canada, you can choose the option, I reside in another country and don't have an emergency address. To complete your profile setting, click on the picture and choose Settings. You can see multiple sections here. Let's start with forwarding numbers. Call forwarding rules can be different for each user depending on how you want to answer calls, via your cell phone, the MightyCall Webphone, the desktop app, the MightyCall mobile app. Check the links in this video description for all of these. An external IP desk phone or a soft phone. To enable call forwarding to an external soft phone or an IP desk phone, you'll need to use your MightyCall login information in your IP phone settings. Now, when you've listed your call forwarding options, you can select whether the incoming calls will ring to them sequentially or simultaneously. If you choose sequentially, make sure you put the call forwarding options in the exact order that you want them to ring. We recommend using our Webphone first if you have your browser open most of the time, because, combined with the agent's workspace, this allows you to interact with customers more efficiently, and it's also the only option that can be used for calls within outbound auto dialer campaigns. In the Answering Rules tab, you can specify how to handle calls when your status is Do Not Disturb, when you're busy on another call, or when you don't answer. In Greetings and Media, you can personalize your audio greetings by choosing the music on hold, adding a custom ringback tone, and changing the message the callers will hear if they're directed to your voicemail or the dial by name routing option. Finally, if you'd like to receive emails about new voicemails and their transcriptions, please put a check in the notification settings. Now that your personal settings are done, let's move to the essential part of your call center, which is your business numbers. If you have your own number that you want to use in MightyCall, click on Put in your number. It will take you to a form that you need to fill out and submit. Complete all the required fields in the form. You need to fill out and upload a letter of authorization, which we provide a template for. If you have a recent invoice or a customer service record for the number, you can upload them as well. Hit submit and you're all set. Depending on your previous carrier and type of phone numbers, number porting usually takes about 1 week. During this time, your number will be active to receive or make calls with your previous phone carrier. In the meantime, you can add a temporary business phone number to use in MightyCall for free. If you want to add a new local or toll-free number, click this button. Now, let's look closer at the number settings. Here, you see your numbers' status, labels, and the call flows they're used in. Here you can turn text messaging on and off and set up call recording rules. By default, both incoming and outgoing calls are recorded, but you can change that here. You can also set up specific rules, such as playing a media prompt at the beginning of the conversation to let your contacts know that the call is being recorded. If you want to limit your call durations for certain numbers, set up the limits for inbound and outbound calls here. If you want to set up caller ID, or CNAM, for outgoing calls, which has your company's name show up when you call others, fill out the form for CNAM on our website, www.mightycall.com/add-CNAM. Check the video description for a direct link. Now, let's check out the MightyCall Team section. Team is where you can add or delete users, edit workgroups, and manage users' roles and statuses. Let's start with members. To add a new user, click on Invite Team Member and enter their information. Then, select the business numbers that the user will be able to use for outgoing calls or messages. On the right, select the role for the current user and hit Save. If you want your calls to be routed to multiple users, you'll need to create multiple workgroups. For that, click on Workgroups, then Create Group. Give it a name, add all the users you want to be included in this group, and hit Save. Now, you can use this workgroup for your call flows. Here you can also edit existing groups and see which call flows they're part of. The next tab is called Roles, and it is about your team members' access and permissions. In MightyCall, there are 3 default roles: Agent, Manager, and Administrator, where each of them has a certain level of access to the call center's data. For instance, agents will only have access to the communication history of the events they've been assigned to, and will only have limited access to call center reports, team, and contacts, while managers have complete access to communication history and can view and manage all the account sections, except for the user's roles. Administrators have full access to all account tabs and details. In MightyCall, you can also create custom roles to determine how much communication history a user can view in the Recent section, and whether they'll be able to view or manage certain call center sections. To do that, hit Create New Role, give it a name, and go through the permissions, selecting the right level of access you need for this role. After saving it, you can assign your users to it. To check that you've set up everything right, you can see the account and settings as your agent sees them by clicking on the Supervise button in front of the selected agent. The last tab in the Team section is where you manage statuses. On the left side panel, you'll find default statuses users can manually select, Available and Do Not Disturb, which you can rename. Additionally, statuses like On a Call, Wrapping Up, Outbound Calls Only, and Offline are automatically assigned by the system. In the right side section, you can create custom statuses. Simply click on Add Status, name it, and select the user's presence setting for when they choose a status, Available, DND, or On a Call. Note that the On a Call statuses are selectable during a call, informing the supervisor that the user is handling a specific case. Call center supervisors can monitor agent statuses in real time in the Supervisor workspace. Now, let's continue to the MightyCall incoming call flow setup. Start setting your call flow by clicking on Incoming Calls To and choosing which numbers the calls will be distributed to. Let's add our local number here. The next step is to choose if you want to receive calls from all customers or create a VIP or block list, which will allow you to have different configurations for the calls received from these list phone numbers. Then choose your business hours. You can set availability to 24/7 or have customized business hours. Remember to select the right time zone and specify your business's working hours to receive calls only within this period and route calls received outside this window to voicemail, for example. If you want your customers to hear personalized greetings, you can record and upload them yourself. By default, it is set to hello and thank you for calling, but you can always change it. Just send us your script. And the last step here is choosing how you and your team want to receive calls. Change it by clicking on the gear icon and select from the 9 different options. Let's quickly look at each option. The first, Call to User. This directs calls to just one person on your team. The second is Call to Group. This option allows a group of users, so-called workgroups that you create in the Team to Workgroup section, to take the calls. If you choose this option, you can also set the ringing sequence for your colleagues, sequentially, simultaneously, or round robin. If I want my sales team to receive calls all at the same time to guarantee the fastest response, I choose the team and assign them the simultaneous calling method. Third is a call queue. This would be helpful if you have a lot of incoming calls, but not that many people available to take them. Just select some users from the team and add them to the queue. The calls are distributed to each available user in sequence, and while the customer is waiting in the call queue, they will hear the music on hold that you can upload. If your callers can't wait any longer, they have a chance to leave a voicemail if you enable Play Invitation to leave a voicemail every 20 or more seconds. The fourth, Dial by Name, lets callers dial the first few letters of the name of the person they are trying to reach. The fifth allows you to add an IVR, in other words, a voice menu. Press 1 for sales, 2 for support, etc. And set special call routing rules for your team. MightyCall's IVR is multi-level, which means you can add as many tiers as your business needs. The other options are Disconnect, Call Any Phone Number, where you can add any number, even ones not ported into MightyCall, and the Leave Voicemail option, where you can select a specific user who will see your voicemail. And finally, Play an Audio, that can be used, for example, to relay important messages to your callers. After selecting the right option, your call center is ready to receive incoming calls, but if you chose the Power Plan, you probably did so because of the 2 dialers included in it. Now, let's take a closer look at their setup process. To create an outbound campaign, click on Create Campaign and start with completing the general settings, your campaign's name and an optional brief description. Both the name and the description show up for your agents when they're assigned to a call. Optionally, you can set specific start and end dates for your campaign, including the schedule for each day of the week. But you can always pause and resume your campaigns manually, regardless of their schedule. Finally, choose your business numbers for the calls. Keep in mind, international numbers aren't available for these campaigns. Now, let's move on to the dialer settings. Here, the first thing you do is choose the dialer mode. It can be preview or progressive. If you need the predictive dialer, contact our sales team to switch to the enterprise plan. In preview mode, the agent has time to review the campaign details and learn about the contact they are about to call, which is ideal for a personalized approach. The progressive dialer starts dialing immediately after an agent finishes off the previous call, and connects the agent to the call only after the contact answers. This creates a steady flow of calls and minimizes agent downtime. If you decide the preview mode is what you need, continue with the following settings. Preview time is how much time the agent has to learn the details of the campaign call before making the call. If the agent declines it, the call request is transferred to the next available agent. But if there is only one agent in the campaign, the call request will eventually be routed back to them. Wrap-up time is for post-call work, to select the call outcomes or add the number to the do not call list if needed. Max ring time is how much time is spent dialing a contact. Default retry period is how long before we try calling the number again, in case the contact wasn't reached during the first time. and max attempts per number is the limit on how many times we dial each number associated with the contact. The system disposition settings is where you can decide what happens to calls that don't connect. You see some predefined call outcomes such as contact busy, contact no response, agent abandoned, and invalid number. For each of them, you can choose whether this outcome is final, meaning no action will be taken after that. Or if you want to proceed with trying, choose the retry option, and the number will be dialed again. You can also set up custom rules for each disposition retry. You can also see agent dispositions here that are in essence call outcomes that your agents can select after completing a campaign call. You can enable some of the default ones or add your own tailored one for the campaign's details. The customizable retry option is also available here. Now, if you choose the progressive dialer, the settings are the following. The auto answer, which is a timer after which the agent is automatically connected to the call without manually accepting it. Ringing agent time, the period of time when the system is trying to reach an agent with the contact already on the line. Wrap-up time is for post-call work, when the agent selects one of the call outcomes or adds the number to the do not call list if needed. Max ring time is how much time is spent dialing a contact. The default retry period is how long before we try calling the number again in case the contact wasn't reached during the first time. And max attempts per number is the limit on how many times we dial each number associated with the contact. In the progressive mode, you can also enable answering machine detection. Once enabled, this allows the dialer to detect and automatically disconnect calls reaching an answering machine or voicemail system in less than 3 seconds, which saves your agents time for actual conversations. The answering machine detection feature is a part of system disposition settings, which is where you decide what happens to calls that don't connect. You see some predefined call outcomes such as contact busy, contact no response, contact abandoned, invalid number, and answering machine detection. For each of them, you can choose whether this outcome is final, meaning no actions will be taken after that. Or if you want to proceed with trying, choose the retry option and the number will be dialed again. You can also set up custom rules for each disposition retry. You can also see agent dispositions here that are in essence call outcomes that your agents can select after completing a campaign call. You can enable some of the default ones or add your own tailored for the campaign's details. The customizable retry option is also available here. Once you set up all these parameters, your auto dialer is set. But of course, you are yet to choose the agents who will participate in your campaign. For that, continue to the next step, called Agent List, and choose the agents who will be driving your campaign forward. Last but not least is uploading your record list with the numbers that the dialer will call during your campaign. If you already have a list of contacts you want to reach, you can just upload a CSV file. You can always use the provided template to format your record list for smooth use in MightyCall's outbound campaigns. You can also upload CSV files that don't match our import template, and MightyCall will automatically map them for you. Your list will be ready to go. Please ensure that the file size does not exceed 100 megabytes, and note that files larger than 15 megabytes may take 5 to 7 minutes to upload. Once you upload a record list, you'll see it in the section on the right. You can manage existing lists by clicking on the 3 dots. Choose Add More to add new records, Replace to completely replace existing records. You can also delete the list or export it to a CSV file. Once you complete all these steps, your campaign is ready to go. Hit save, and now you can run your campaign. MightyCall also offers National DNC List Scrubbing. If you activate this feature, it removes all phone numbers included in the Do Not Call registry from your lists, protecting you from potential fines. Our National DNC list base is constantly updated, which guarantees the most up-to-date compliance. Another helpful feature is the Account DNC Do Not Call list, which is an optional setting used when you have multiple numbers you wish to block calls for. Think of it as an internal block list. Note that agents can also select to add a number to the DNC list for the account upon completing a campaign call and selecting a call outcome. And again, if you need any help with the dialer setup, just reach out to our friendly support team. The next tab is about the Supervisor workspace. Here you can see all real-time statistics and key metrics. Real-time online calls, calls that are waiting to be answered, the longest waiting time, missed calls for the last hour, average waiting time, and service level. The other 2 tabs are the Statuses tab, where you can see every agent's status at the moment, how long they've been in it, and a summary chart below in real-time campaign calls, where you can keep track of the dialer-created calls. Now let me show you how to monitor live calls. When there are ongoing calls, a supervisor can use one of the available call monitoring methods to oversee agents. Choose Call Listening if you want to listen to the call without interfering. Call Whispering can help you talk to the agent without letting the customer know. Go with Call Barging if you need to interfere with an ongoing call to help an agent and talk directly to the customer. And finally, the Call Intercept option disconnects the agent from the call, and the supervisor takes over the conversation. Apart from supervisor features, a call center manager also has access to customer communication. This is what the agent workspace is for. On the left, in the Recent section, you'll see your latest interactions for the last 7 days. You can switch between client and team conversations by clicking on the Clients and Team tabs. Just click on the conversation you need and you'll see all the communication history in the central panel. Calls with recordings, voicemails, SMS, MMS, and notes that you and your team members have left for every event there. To be able to send SMS and MMS, activate text messages here. In the right section, you'll see the contact card with all of the contact information about a client or a team member, their name, phone numbers, emails, and also internal comments by your team members. For immediate communication, simply press the call, send a message, or email buttons. If you want to add a new contact, simply fill in the contact's details and hit save. Another option is to click on the three dots here, where you can search, add, or import and export contacts by uploading a CSV or a VCF file. Now, let's look at the MightyCall Webphone. Please make sure you've allowed the use of the microphone in the browser, or your callers won't be able to hear you. At the bottom of the Webphone, you can see the list of your business numbers you can call from, and the gear icon for ringtone, microphone, and speaker headset settings. Just open the dial pad, and to initiate a call, start entering the phone number and hit call. In the MightyCall Webphone, you can transfer calls, add participants to a call, and open the dial pad to dial extensions. You'll also see calls queued up awaiting a response here. MightyCall has an API that you can integrate with your system. Here, you'll find your account API key as well as your users. Some integrations, such as Zapier and Balto, can be enabled with the help of webhooks, all of which are also available here. Now, to activate native integrations with one of the leading CRM systems, such as HubSpot or Salesforce, go to CRM and choose Available. Setting up these integrations takes a few clicks, but if you need some help, contact our support team for assistance. Now, let's go to the Reports tab. Call center reports are the key element to analyzing call center performance, and MightyCall's reports section has all the KPIs a call center needs. Let's look at it closer. Here's a call log with every aspect about each call and a message log with every detail about all your SMS and MMS. The campaign tab shows how your outbound dialer campaigns are performing with a ton of essential metrics. Call dispositions is another tab with your campaign's call outcomes. Call volume for full-scale reports using different breakdowns, and finally, the Team Productivity tab, where you can see how long your agents spend in each status, available, being on a call, in Do Not Disturb, or any other custom status you create. Now you've learned all you need to know about the Supervisor setup and workspace. If you still have questions, you can always watch our other videos, check out MightyCall's Help Center, and of course, contact our support team for personal assistance. Happy calling!